Here we go then, this is our team supporting contest. Jean Pascal, who's undefeated so far in 7 fights against James Crawford, who I've got to say, Alan Minter, is coming towards the end of his career at the age of 36, but he's had 9 title fights in this time, although he's never won any of them. I have a feeling, looking at the names he's actually boxed, and having seen him before, he's quite a tough cookie.
Very experienced, 36 years of age against a guy that's 23. One's had 7 fights, the other one's had that large amount of fights. Very experienced and probably on his way out. We don't know that yet, but they're there to prove a point.
That's right, Crawford's had 9 times as many fights as Pascal. And the irony is that he actually won a Commonwealth Games gold medal at middleweight, but here he's boxing just over the super middleweight limit. Not too hard to tell these two lads apart. Crawford in the black and white trunks. Comes from Grinnell in Iowa. And Jean Pascal is a French-Canadian from Laval. Lives in fact, Laval in Quebec, but was actually born, as Colin Hart said, in Port-au-Prince in Haiti. So look at his 8th straight win here. And there's a 50-50 chance, of course, that he will win this one on points. I can't imagine him losing. But there's also a chance here he will be able to affect a stoppage here, Alan Minter.
Well, I mean, both men look very, very fit, don't they? They look strong. Pascal, I mean, obviously the leader out the 2, the younger out the 2, just threw a lovely, slipped in with a lovely left hand to the body then. More hungry, I should think, because, you know, a young man only had 7 fights behind him, wants to get right to the top. And just taking his time, prodding the jab in nice and gently, and looking the part at the moment.
Indeed. Just got to say here that Crawford fought Sven Ottke, the German, for the IBF Championship and lost on an 8th round knockout. Now, Ottke can't break his way out of a wet paper bag, so to speak, and yet he did knock out Crawford in 8 rounds. That doesn't augur well for him here. Jeff Lacey stopped him in 2, but Lacey's a fairly exceptional fighter. Other men that are worth mentioning, he was beaten by a big puncher from Denmark in Rudi Markussen, who also beat him in 2 rounds. Kai Katzaba, who's a non-puncher really from Germany, beat him in a round, which doesn't augur well for him at all. And Scott Pemberton knocked him out in 3. And this is the irony, Eric Luca, another former world champion, actually took in the full route, 12 rounds. But more recently, Danny Green, the Australian, took 5 rounds to get rid of him. So he has his moments, Alan. You know, I think it all depends on his state of mind.
Well, you know, these fighters, when you said they're punchers, and you know, a lot of fighters can hit hard, but what makes a knockout punch is timing. You know, if the timing's not right, the knockout punch will not be there. So it all depends on the night of the fighter. If he's throwing the punches with precise timing, then the opponent's got a problem.
Absolutely. Anyway, some beautiful work here being done by Jean Pascal. Lovely hooks to the body. I've got to say, lovely hooks to the body. They are a bit on the wide side, aren't they, Alan?
Well, he's not. You know, he's coming in and swinging long punches. Where if he closes himself up, come in from the waist, and through little jabs or body shots, then that's when it hurts.
Well, he's just put Crawford over right on the bell here at the end of round 1. In fact, the bell went about a second after Crawford hit the deck. So this will be a 2-point round, I suspect, for Pascal now. 10-8. He won the first round and, of course, scored a knockdown. And the referee gives him an opportunity to go back to the corner to get washed and brushed up. So a good start there for Jean Pascal, who made his debut earlier this year. Very, very busy man. In fact, having his 8th fight of 2005. So for the record then, Crawford's had 56 professional contests. He's won 40 of them, scoring 17 knockouts and drawn 2 with 11 defeats. Round 2 of the scheduled 8-round super middleweight stroke light heavyweight contest coming up. There's the right hand, and that was a delayed reaction as well. He staggered there before he hit the floor. Lovely right, that. Alan, just a quick word about Ross Minter, your son, the reigning Southern Area champion.
The boss. Yeah, he's doing well. He's coming good all of a sudden in this last 2 fights of a 4-year career. You know, he wasn't doing all that clever, but these last 2 fights he's just come on bundles. He's looking very good.
Lovely, wish him all the best. Round 2 then coming up here. Yeah, well, 10-8 round there, officially scored by Gary Mancini scarred. We don't really care what Gary Mancini thinks. We'll do our own scoring here, but 10-8 as far as we're concerned as well. So Jean Pascal, they're looking very useful in the opening session. Looks a wee bit like Jeff Lacey in style.
Very much so, yeah. Now Pascal's come out in this round, and he's started to, just at the beginning of the round, started to move from the waist, coming, looking more relaxed. Beautiful right hand, straight right hand to the chin. When you throw these straight punches, you can't really see them coming.
That's absolutely right. And I've got to say, once again, reiterate the simple fact that Pascal looks awfully like Jeff Lacey, especially on the attack. His punches are a bit on the wide side. Lacey, of course, gets his feet a bit closer, and the punches are shorter and more effective. But he's very lively, isn't he?
He's looking very good at the moment. He's taking his time. He's just moving around, and all of a sudden throws a straight left hand, straight right hand, and they're landed on the target.
And of course, don't forget that Pascal does qualify to fight for the Commonwealth crown, held currently at this weight by our studio guest, Carl Froch.
Yeah, wouldn't it be a lovely fight? Our man in the studio, will take some beating by any, he's got a lot of class, Carl, and he will take some beating by anyone in the world.
Back to the action here then, and right at the end of round one, Crawford hit the deck from a right hand. He's been wobbled once or twice in this second session, and we've still got half a round to go. It's the kind of fight, Alan, would you say, where Pascal looks like he could win it any time he likes?
Well, you say that, but see, these, when you hit these guys, these experienced professionals, they take a shot, they might wobble, the guy's been down already, but they're so sure of themselves, they've been around for a long time, they make out they're not hurt.
Indeed, and Crawford's been a pro now for 11 years, and don't forget, of course, Pascal's been a pro at the start of this year. I think he turned pro back in February or March. So approaching the last 3/4 of a minute then of round two here, and it's another good round here as we get a switch to southpaw once again from James Crawford, which he did in the first round very briefly. Lovely body shot, gone again for a beautiful body shot. I don't think he'll beat the count here, Alan.
No, well, he's halfway up, but lovely left hand to the body. When you don't see them come in, they do hurt.
Indeed, lovely body shot there, up at the count of 9. And the gum shield, quite rightly been spat out there by Crawford. An old trick, of course, learned fairly recently in the Castillo-Corrales fight. Body shots, Alan, they're so hard to shake off, aren't they?
Well, the trouble is, they take the wind right out of your sails, and there's no way around it. If you hit once and you hit on the same spot again, there is nothing worse.
Indeed. Well, lots of pressure coming now here from Jean Pascal. And I've got to say here, Crawford doing exceptionally well to get through this. No, gone again. Good body shot. That wasn't low at all. That was not a low blow. That was a punch right in the pit of the stomach, I thought.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7.
And of course, Crawford trying to claim a low blow, but no dice with our referee. Marlon be right as the bell ends a cracking round again here.
Beautiful round.
Yeah, for Jean Pascal. Another 10-8 round there for the undefeated Canadian. What a cracking start. Well, we're going to go for a quick commercial break. Stay with us. Welcome back then to round 3 here, the shaded 8-round super middleweight contest. And we've just seen a cracking start by Jean Pascal, the Canadian, against James Crawford, the American. Crawford on the floor in the first round and twice on the floor in the second. And he's won the first 2 rounds by the 2-point margin to be in front now, 20-16. And no way back here for Crawford.
No, I mean, he's come out net now, Pascal, and he's just loose. The jab is going beautiful. The body shots are coming in just right. What he's doing is putting his punches together. The combination punches is phenomenal with him at the moment.
Absolutely. One more knockdown, I suspect, will seal this in favour of Pascal, who looks awfully useful. And once again, shades of Jeff Lacey here, oozing from every pore, really, of Pascal's being.
See, a young man, 23 years of age, wants to get to the top, believes in himself, and he's looking the part, the boy.
I first met his coach, by the way back in 1996.
Oh, man. That was
he's got him again.
Beautiful.
Is it all over here? Is it all over here?
5, 6, 7.
Crawford will beat it.
All right. Yeah. You want to continue? Yeah, I want to continue.
Well, you ask any fighter that, and they'll always say yes, won't they?
Well, there was a lovely uppercut there.
He's gone again. It's all over, surely. Surely it's all over, Alan.
Yes.
Well, he's up straight away here this time. Maybe the referee will give him one more opportunity, but he's got to take the mandatory 8 count.
7, 8. want to continue? Yep. Okay, give me the go.
Well, he'll go again in this round, surely, Alan Minter.
Box!
Well, the referee just said, do you want to still continue? The boxer says, yeah. You never get a boxer that says no.
That's a simple fact. Nice right there again from Pascal.
Yeah, lovely shot.
And Crawford's on his way out here in round 3, no doubt about that. He's been blitzed in this 3rd round. And he does it, well, it's gone again. It's all over short. Yes, it is indeed. There you are then. A cracking 8th win with 8 wins inside the limit from a very useful prospect here, Jean Pascal. Impressed, Alan Minter?
Yeah, very impressed. Looked good, didn't he? Looked good from the start. A little bit dodging at the off, but sort of mellowed into it, come into it, and put his punches together, and did look a class fighter.
I think he looked the absolute business, to be honest with you. And the closest thing I've seen to Jeff Lacey, well, let's face it, is a very, very decent fighter.
Yeah, he looked very good. So young, determined. That's what he is.
I wonder how Colin Hart and Matt Smith and, of course, Carl Froch felt about this performance by Pascal, who's not even breathing. He landed an absolute bevy of beautiful body punches and headshots there. And Crawford's a tough campaigner.
Yeah.
Class fighters beat Crawford within the limit.
Yeah, there's that punch, that uppercut. I mean, that is a blinding punch. A lot of fighters don't throw it, but when it's thrown properly, there is nothing you can do. You can't see it coming. You don't know where it's going to go. And it's a beautiful punch to throw, if you can throw it.
Also illustrates, Alan, that the speed of punch, such a mighty factor in a class fighter. Because even at slow motion, he looks like he's punching quickly.
Yeah, it's speed. The man's got he's got Pascal. He's got into a lovely rhythm. The punches are flowing, and from all angles, and he boxed very well. Beautiful.
Well, we're still waiting for the official verdict, but I tell you something, I am mightily impressed here with Jean Pascal, who has surpassed my expectations, to be honest with you. And he does look a class act, and I'm pretty sure that Colin Hart and the other guys will agree with that particular statement, because I tell you something, Alan, I don't know about you, at your 8th professional fight, exactly where you are. I remember you before you turned pro, because we're in the same gym together, and an awful lot of fuss was made, and rightly so. But, I mean, can you remember back to your 8th pro fight?
About more?
Your 8th professional contest?
Yeah, I think I got beat.
Oh,
I don't know if I did or not. No, I was, the thing is, with any fight, when you're young and you're winning well and you're not getting hurt, no matter whether it's your 5th, 6th, 7th or 8th fight, it's in your mind that you don't want to get beat and hopefully don't get an injury, and you're proud to win, and you've trained hard, and the fans are pleased for you because you've won, and it's a great experience. It's a great moment for fighters to keep winning.
Would you say you're as good as this guy at 8 fights?
I would not say that. I would not predict that. I know it's not my game, is it? To sort of boast, so.
Like it. Here we go then for the official verdict.
Mesdames, Messieurs, le gagnant de ce combat par TKO à 1 minute 47 du 3e round. The winner of this fight by TKO at 1 minute 47 of the 3rd round, Jean Pascal!
Well, a terrific win there for Jean Pascal. I was mightily impressed, and I do expect him to go on to title honours. I really do. James Crawford, well, he's at the end of the line. But we're going to see what Matt Smith, Carl Froch and Colin Hart think of this one.